Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We have the 5th episode of Bell's Corner. We have the amazing Adam McBride joining us again. I feel like he's going to be our 3rd co-host at this point. We have him so much. If you haven't seen the Emblem Vault video with him and Jake Allen, it was phenomenal. Go watch that. Over 2,000 views on YouTube, over 2,000 views on X. You guys are killing it over there. So appreciate you guys checking that video out. But today's episode is going to be awesome because we have some flop buy and exchange. We're going to talk about that. It's just funny. Some Litecoin stuff because Bells is kind of a fork of Litecoin, or Litecoin's a fork of Bells, something like that. We're going to get into that stuff, but there is actually some cool stuff going on over there. Their Twitter is blowing up right now. It's interesting. And then obviously we're going to talk about some Bitcoin ordinal stuff as well, and some runes. Dog getting listed to Kraken. Find out Adam's opinion on that. But without further ado, let me bring in my partner here as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? So the 5th episode of Bell's Corner. It feels like yesterday we did the first one.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this one because there's update. Like every time we're about to do another episode, I'm like, oh, I can't wait till Friday to get my updates from Adam, right? Because he's probably the most plugged in, right, in terms of being that leader over there. And so a lot of stuff happening, right? And it's a little weird because I've never been this involved in a cycle, because we do a show every day and we research and all that stuff this early, right? I've been in crypto since 2013, but just as speculator from the outside and stuff, not knowing anything, to now knowing a lot, but at the same time, just you get these weird feelings at different times. And that's what I have right now, because Bitcoin did this explosion to 93,000. But some of these altcoins joined along with that ride initially, and then said, oh wait, hold on, it's not our turn. And so it's kind of it's weird. It's like I'm happy for Bitcoin, but I want to be happy for like Bells, and I want to be happy for Merle and all these other tokens, but in due time.
It feels like Squid Games, right? Where Bitcoin's the person around and all the coins are running. If Bitcoin turns around, like, you better not move. And then some get shot down back in the red, and some don't get caught. But that's kind of how it feels like right now. We're playing Squid Games with Bitcoin. But let's get the show started. Let's bring in Adam McBride. Adam, welcome back to Revolution.
That's literally the perfect description. It's like nobody knows anything. Price go up, price go down. Like, we're all just guessing. But the bubbliness of bullishness on the timeline, we're certainly well into the bull run now. Bitcoin, it's amazing run, just absolutely incredible. Like, I don't ever remember Bitcoin running like that before. So a lot of people are, pushing these alts. What's happening with the alts? Dude, we have so much action happening. It's really just on the kind of regulatory front for all these exchange listings to happen, obviously starting with Dog, but also, the Robinhood listing of Pepe and Coinbase listing Pepe, literally within like 10 minutes of each other. I think there's just been a massive shift in the sentiment around, legally how these entities are going to go forward. And I think that's just incredibly how could you not be bullish about that? It's fantastic news.
Yeah, 100%. And then Dog listing Kraken, it had everyone excited yesterday. It was a perp listing, so a lot of people were saying, guys, take a step back a little bit. But how big is this for Dog and for the Runes ecosystem?
It's huge. The thing is, most people probably don't know this, but there's a big difference between a U.S. listing and a listing on like Binance. Because yes, there's U.S. Binance, but Binance itself is outside of the U.S. You're not allowed to be a U.S. citizen to use it. So there's all these like restrictions. And with a U.S. exchange, Coinbase, Robinhood, Kraken, the rules for them, or the fear that's in their hearts, is there's so much more restrictive with listings. And we've seen it. Like Pepe, people have been asking for a Pepe listing on a U.S. exchange forever, right? And it hasn't happened, but it happened this week. And I think the only thing that can be accounted to is not that Pepe was running and they wanted to make money. It was like somebody on their legal team was like, okay, we can do it today. And that for me is like either calls were made or whatever, and they weighed, the existing administration with the future administration, and we're like, it's okay now. We're not going to go to jail now. We're not going to get $1 billion fine now, right? Like somebody in that, those are big giant organizations, and somebody, in the legal department was like, okay, it's okay now. And for us, bro, that is like, man, for us as crypto companies, crypto native companies, it's literally the boot off the neck. It feels like the boot is finally off our neck and we can actually do business, which is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and one thing that I realized though, when I clicked on that link for Kraken Pro to look at Dog's listing, is the US IP addresses don't get to trade that yet. So I think they're still going through their kind of careful process. Let's allow maybe like other geo areas to trade it, even though they are an American company. But is this typically, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but is this typically a process of getting a spot listing? Do they typically try to go for like a perps type of listing, futures trading, and then if that does well, then spots next? Or what's your opinion?
That's what I understand. I'm certainly not an expert, although I've learned a lot in the last 6 months. What I have learned from these T1 US exchanges is there's no negotiation about a listing. That doesn't exist. What they do is they do research on you, they do research on the team or whatever it is. So if it's, Bell's Coin, which is completely, or Dog in this example, everybody knows the distribution, everybody knows how it happened, right? They can very quickly move through like, okay, is this insiders? Do insiders have it? Is it manipulated? They're trying to figure out kind of all that sort of stuff, which will bring up red flags for them. For like Bell's Coin, I'm not talking about any particular exchange, but I'm just saying in general, what they've asked for is like a huge 20-page document on literally everything about, what it is, if it's a token like Dog, or if it's a coin, in its own blockchain like Bell's, they literally want to know everything, from the technical details around it, how many, the tokenomics, how many there are, how they're distributed, everything. And then with us, it's like, okay, give us the list of everybody who's involved. So we just send them the list of, 10 people who are like the most actively involved in trying to make this stuff happen, right? Legal names, all this sort of stuff, and they're just running through their process. And I think, that process for them is generally like, how do we stay out of trouble, right? It's like, how do we try and avoid more, Wells notices, right? And so they're trying to do things in what they're perceiving to be the right way, which is doing a lot of due diligence. And after you've done that, it's just a matter of they just list. And, so obviously in the case of, Dog, they must have, I guess in perps, they probably don't need a huge liquidity pool or anything like that. So they might not have gone out and actually, purchased a bunch of it. But certainly when it comes to a listing, they may ask for a market maker or may, use a market maker. I don't know. But it's just, that's the kind of structure of it. And it's different than, a MEXC listing or a gate listing where there are fees, you have to, provide liquidity. And in those sort of cases, that's where a kind of pre-mined, meme coin or something has a huge advantage over a decentralized project like Bell's or a free distribution like Dog, because there is no like pool of money to come, to make that happen, basically.
Yeah. It's almost better to get on like something like Kraken then, because it's like it's an organic thing. So it's like good credit kind of situation.
It's really, I mean, I sent Leo a congrats this morning because I just know how difficult it is. Like I've gone through these processes now, and I can imagine, well, Leo works tirelessly on X to promote Dog, right? Which in and of itself is tremendous. And it obviously couldn't have happened if it wasn't for him, and for him, bull posting and basically raising an army, right? That was necessary, but I'm sure there was behind the scenes stuff happening as well. Lots of negotiations, lots of kind of due diligence stuff to get it done, so big props to Leo and everybody, I'm sure you guys, everybody here who's who's bull posted about dog and told the cool story about dog.
Yeah, 100%. And like one thing people don't understand is, yeah, Leo's not a huge holder of dog, but like what would be his incentive? And his incentive, if I'm right, would be to grow Ord.io, right? But
Sure.
grow his brand, grow his following count, and in that same way, Ord.io is really pushing the runes narrative now as well. So his incentive would be grow runes as big as possible because he really makes a lot. His business will grow in that sense. Is that really like Leo's incentive?
I haven't talked to him about it, but it's pretty clear what the incentives are. Obviously, Ord.io is a big part of that. I'm sure there's some, fame legacy thing with him too. Most people have that as well. I have that definitely. Where it's like, if you create a legendary meme coin, you're basically Billy Marcus. Like you're remembered. So I wouldn't discount that completely. But obviously his business has a lot to do with, is involved in that entire space and, does well because of it. And he can use his, huge following on Twitter and stuff to do other projects, who knows what's next, right? But certainly making this happen, making this a multi-billion-dollar token is really important, obviously, for me.
Speaking of Billy Marcus, the creator of Doge, that he took a famous picture from a guy in Asia. We actually know a guy who has the couch that dog was sitting on.
Oh, really?
The actual couch.
Yeah.
He told us in a meeting. He's like, yo, I have that couch. And we're like, what? And he was like, yeah, I have it. It's in my garage.
He won it in the auction when
Oh,
everybody was making dumb
hilarious.
money. And then so you use dumb money to buy the Doge couch. That's what happened.
He wants Elon to buy it and put it in the White House. in the Doge office. The actual couch from the dog. But,
I mean, I can't even. We are definitely in the craziest simulation timelines. If anybody on Earth who thought Doge would somehow magically be involved in like really the most important like political movement of my lifetime is beyond. It's not even in the realm of possible. It's completely bonkers. I mean, I saw Vivek Ramaswamy yesterday, like, we're gonna Doge this, and I'm like, what the hell? I mean, it may push Bitcoin as it may be the most popular blockchain on Earth. It may be. At the end of this cycle, it's very possible Doge is the most popular blockchain on Earth.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
My cousin called me and he goes, he never talks to me about crypto or anything. He goes, what happened with Doge? And I go, Department of Government Efficiency. And he goes, what? And I was like, that's what happened to it. Elon named the new department. And he goes, oh. And he bought some a long time ago. But yeah, normies are starting to talk about it. And I mean, congrats to the Doge holders, right? Because they held through a lot, going back down and possibly seeing a couple of dollars maybe this run. We'll see.
Totally, man. Totally. I mean, it is for Doge to double in price. Is really impressive, man. You've got to have a crazy, like people don't understand the tokenomics of Doge. Like, do not want to move the price of Doge much, right? It's like 1 million new coins every single day. So you can imagine, and the miners have saved up like literally hundreds of millions of these tokens or coins that they're going to sell into the market. It's really, really hard to get a Doge pump like that. So just obviously the awareness, it completely dominated the timeline, man. And will for the right sense, years, really, right?
Yeah, for sure. But who in the right sense would sell right now? If you're holding anything right now, especially in the top, 100 coins, like why would you sell them right now? Especially when Bitcoin hasn't even like gave us the green light yet. So, but that's probably what it is. It's probably, no one wants to sell their Doge right now. That's why it's running. But there will be a point, like you said, 1 million Doge a day. I mean, these guys are definitely want to, maybe get some more miners or something. Who knows?
Look, miners are miners, man. And I realize now that these miners are just it's a savage business, and they don't care. They don't care about. Trust me, they don't care one bit about Doge or Litecoin or Bell's coin or Bitcoin. They literally could care less. If Bitcoin tomorrow, if there was a coin called monkeypox coin that they could mine and make more money than Bitcoin, they would switch tomorrow.
100%.
They are savages. Like they have no loyalty. I recognize that. Really. And so you understand what it is, and it is what it is, and for Bells, it's just I feel fortunate that we were able to kind of get our light are mining with Litecoin kind of in line, and merge mining live, and everything's working and cool. Because I realize how difficult it is, man. It's tough.
For sure. All right, let's kind of dig into Litecoin a little bit. We talked about Doge. I guess get in the next one. That's merge mining with Bells, which is Litecoin. So what's going on with it? It is they have some amazing people on Twitter right now who are really doing a great job. You were telling us kind of before. So what's going on? What's going on with
Yeah.
Litecoin? Why is it running so hard?
They basically hired a great Twitter personality. And I may know or may not know exactly who this person is, but either way, they somehow pulled the trigger. And I mean, you guys know any sort of large organization, and Litecoin's run by a foundation. So you can imagine we've bumped into it too when we were in Emerald Vault, when we were working with, Doge and Dogecoins and trying to do all that sort of stuff. The ingrained power structure of Litecoin, it's really hard to move that. It's like really monolithic and stuff. So for them to actually release the Kraken, release a dude and just be like, okay, go for it, really probably took some prodding and convincing of people. But dude, they did it. And bro, that guy hit the ground running. He came out with a tweet. I don't know if you guys saw, but it was basically like, guess what? I'm a meme coin now, right? And that tweet, I don't know, 4 or 5 million views on it, and everybody was retweeting it and stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if the price of Litecoin's running, But that guy, dude, I mean, it's like, I don't know, the character like Greg, on Twitter, like everybody knows that funny guy Greg. He's like that kind of level of competency, right? You just see it, and you're like, holy cow, this guy, man, I wish I had this sort of like social ability on Twitter, because like he's dominated the timeline for 3 days now just with funny tweets. It's incredible, man. And bro, it's like painted Litecoin, as the new, it's a new meme coin, and it's bro, amazing, man. Literally.
It's funny because like Merlin Chain is one of our partners, and I saw that the Merlin Chain account reposted it, but they did it their version, and I was like, I don't love this. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, because it didn't hit the same as like a utility chain or something that, like, I understand why they did it for Litecoin. Litecoin needed something, in my opinion, like a jolt, right? And they got it, and so it hit right with them. But do you think this kind of brings the spotlight back on them to see what maybe they can offer from like a, because they had their attempt at like their version of ordinals, didn't go over very well. There's a lot of mess kind of with their just the technicals behind it. But do you think they attempt something here, or is it just more just meme culture, you feel like?
I feel like it's just meme culture, right? And we know, you guys know as well as I do, like awareness is the hardest thing, man. You can have rock solid blockchain like Litecoin is, fast, cheap, great, and nobody cares, right? Unless you have attention, nobody cares. And so I think it's brilliant. I think it could definitely, who knows price, but I think Litecoin was at like 5 billion a day or a few days ago before he started tweeting. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more than that now. Like, is 5 billion cheap for, super well distributed, proof of work blockchain, with, I mean, literally, I believe it's the longest running blockchain on earth. I mean, even Bitcoin went down. Litecoin hasn't been down like ever. It's I just think it's such a smart play. Props, big props to the Litecoin Foundation for having the balls to do it. Because most organizations like that simply don't. They just, the bag holders are too kind of ingrained. And for them to just pull the trigger on it, man, it's just, I smile, because it's what was needed, man. Totally needed. And that guy hit it, just grand slam right out of the park. And beyond that, it wasn't like he just did one tweet and that's the end of it. Like, if you look at his tweets and his replies and stuff, the guy's got it. And it's great to see, man. I fucking dude. I mean, little known secret, if you guys don't know, like, there are some, big, VCs and personalities who crush on Twitter. They don't actually make any of their own tweets. There are people who are professional, like tweet writers, who make like $250,000 a year doing exactly.
Wow.
what Litecoin is doing today. Yeah, those
Wow.
pros.
Interesting.
I wish I had those skills.
I'm hoping ChatGPT gets kind of their. Maybe I'll take a bunch of their tweets, throw them in there, and be like, make me like this.
I wish it was that. I wish it was that easy. The thing is, I guess when ChatGPT gets that good, then nobody will. Then people will be interested in the really crappy tweeters like me.
Yeah.
People want the more authentic shit
Yeah.
tweeters like me. Yeah.
They'll be like, his tweets are crappy. He's human.
He's human. Like, proof of crap tweets, man.
So we we're talking to Jake in the video from a couple days ago or yesterday, and he was basically saying, Bitcoin runs first and then Doge, and it feels like Litecoin runs after that. I mean, I remember pretty much the same thing happening last cycle. If I was paying attention, I was like, this Litecoin thing's really taken off. Do you think it's just like a repeat of last cycle? It feels like everything's happening the same exact timing.
It's it's hard not to just completely buy into the cycle narrative. And I don't think it's wrong. Part of me says whether this is just like the force of nature or the way humans interact when you're told something. I don't know, like whatever, like you're getting into a car and says, somebody watch your head. And then you still bump your head. It's like, because you're kind of given this thing to point to.
Yeah.
That's just what happens. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy. Like, okay, the Bitcoin happens here, and 8 months later we get a price pump. Like, why does it happen every time like that? Is it really that way, or now it's so to the point that we're so conditioned for it to happen that it just naturally happens that way?
Yeah.
I don't know which it is, but it certainly feels like it's inevitable at this point, right?
It is crazy though how they're all run in order though. Like no one steps out of line. It's all in the same exact order. Like it's crazy.
I know. I mean, we've talked about it a little, but the idea of, hey, with the huge inflows into Bitcoin this time, since they're happening, in people's 401ks, and it's all kind of happening through Wall Street rather than through Coinbase, is that going to make a difference? My gut says it will. Like my gut says the move to whatever it is, NFTs or something else, won't be as drastic this time because the money's actually not in crypto, actually holding crypto. So the move won't be that much, but I could be wrong, man. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. Well, I think we're seeing the effects of what you just said a little bit, at least, right? A jump up to 93. I didn't expect that until December, possibly. So the hyper aggressive Bitcoin purchasing is most likely, through large entities, nation states, cities, stuff like that, like large purchases. It's not a bunch of small purchases right now. Coinbase recently got ahead in the app downloads, right? So what number are they at?
I mean, they
5.
They were top 10 for sure. I'm not exactly sure how high up they got.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think we still got to wait till that rush of retail. So my cousin called me, and then so that's kind of a little bit of an indicator. But once like all my friends start hitting me, I've had like one friend and my cousin. So I need about 10 more people, and then I'll be like, okay, we haven't entered that crazy phase.
And what's your feeling? Do you feel like they're going to buy the big ones?
No,
for meme coins. It's gonna be memes.
Well, they're all looking for something that can give them more X's, right? So some of them are asking like, oh, is there anything like utility wise? They don't use utility. They say it's something accompanying, because I told them that regulation should be more friendly, and so they're looking for more of that type of thing. But then like my cousin, he's kind of goofy, so he's just like, oh, okay, like I have 800 shares of Doge. He calls them shares. You know what I mean? So like, so it's like, we're getting there, right? We're not there yet, but
it's the guy of a cousin. Same thing. It was like he bought like Shiba Inu last cycle, made a bunch. It was like this best investment ever, bro. And I'm like, what do you? He's like, I don't know. Somebody just told me to buy. And that's just the way it works. It's like, what do you buy, man? What do you buy? Yeah. And there are going to be ones that are going to be top of mind. I think certainly Dog on Bitcoin, the narrative is amazing. Obviously, Doge narrative's amazing. Doge is, I mean, if anybody I love Leo, but if you think you're going to beat Doge, bro, that's going to be tough, man. Yeah. I mean, literally, that's going to be tough. It could happen. Like the tokenomics, it might happen, but, but there, you have to find these kind of narratives But then, how do they buy it? Right. And so that's where like something like Litecoin or Doge has kind of this advantage because they're already on exchanges. You can already buy them. They're easy. While Bell's coin has this like real challenge, like where do you buy it? How do I get it? Right. Well, go to Nintendo, download it. People just, bro, it's like I want to buy it one button easy, man. I want to get on Robinhood. People, that's why when I don't know, we were joking, it was on another show. People like, would Coinbase be the best for you? I'm like, no, dude, Robinhood would be the best, right? Because I know, the kids who are in college, they're not on Coin. They're not
Yeah.
The grandpa app, right? They're on Robinhood, man. They want to buy it on Robinhood.
If one of my friends sends me a picture of the Bitcoin price, it's a Robinhood.
It's Robinhood,
every time. So, but like it's funny is like I'm getting the congratulations text messages. I'm not getting the what should I buy text messages yet.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Like there's not FOMO.
So they're not FOMO. They're just aware of it now. They're saying, "Oh, congratulations, man! I know you've been, I know you had a tough 4 years." I'm like, oh, "Damn right, it was a tough 4 years. I started a YouTube show to keep this going."
Part of me thinks, and we've talked about this now for a few weeks as I've kind of explored the AI spaces, that there may be an AI agent specifically may have a place in this bull run. I know it hasn't happened yet, but if you look at kind of what's going on, I think that could catch fire. And obviously, an emblem, we're working on something, cooking on something, maybe as soon as this weekend to launch something there, which I think is really exciting. But it could just be the meme coin super cycle. I wouldn't put it, and I'm obviously heavily into meme coins. This is like what's happening. And we may just run with the meme. This may be just the meme coin cycle, and even though that would lay into what we've done traditionally in crypto. Like each cycle has been led by something that in the previous cycle happened but didn't fully pop. Like we had meme coins last cycle. I lost a bunch and sold, swore off of them for good, right? But here we are, where I'm leaving.
Doing it again.
I definitely think we have that meme coin part of the cycle, and it's probably gonna be earlier than later. But if there was ever a good opportunity for like the Bitcoin ecosystem to go through a renaissance and the UTXO ecosystem to go through a renaissance, it's now. Because if we're going to have regulation that's friendly towards utility and actual innovative companies that form in the United States, then this could be the best opportunity for a newbie to come into the cycle, right? So I do think that we get that utility side, but after regulation is pretty clear, maybe like by the summer of next year or something, because we could have a lot of investors come in and say, where's the best place to build, but after we kind of have our degen fund, maybe in the first quarter of the year. Who knows though? This is all speculation.
Yeah, I mean, and like to that point, meme coins can kind of drive that cycle, right? Where you get some people rich who got rich by meme coins, and then they, as it tops out, gets toppy. Always people like to roll into new things, right? And I mean, certainly that's with Emblem. What we're kind of thinking about is, how to bring utility back. And I think, the pendulum has fully swung to meme coins and just no utility. Crypto's, simply a gambling platform, right? And I think it will eventually swing back to kind of this ICO renaissance. Does that happen? I think to a degree, with a firming up of maybe a lack of regulation and a little bit more clarity, that could actually really happen. And I'm super. I mean, obviously with Emblem, we're very excited about that kind of happening.
100%, man. I just heard the Justin Timberlake song, "I'm bringing utility back," and then, but no. Let's kind of get into Bells a little bit. So last time we had you on pre-halving. Could you kind of break that down of how that was? What was that experience like, and what are you guys looking at going forward?
Well, the halving, which was, for people who didn't know, it was a 90% reduction in miner rewards. So pre-halving, which happened actually on election day, November 5th, which was just incredible. Basically, there was over 200,000 new Bell issued every day. And after the halving, now it's about 20,000 more or less every day. So a huge cut in miner rewards. Of course, people get extremely bullish. Well, the miners are going to be able to dump, basically 180,000 less coins on the market every day. Why aren't my bags immediately going up? Why not? What's happening? And how do I know, man? I don't know why the numbers aren't going up, right? In the same way that, why didn't Doge move for years and now it's moving? It's like most of price action, in my view, is driven by awareness, right? It's like, no, in order to get a massive, new price run up in bells, we probably need a new wave of adopters, right? And they'll buy up a whole bunch of miners' supply and they'll become the new holders, and then we can go on the next run. It's like, I don't know, somebody who watches charts, it's like consolidation. And then, and so, that's what we're kind of going through right now. So price did run up to like $2, which, dude, I mean, look, 4 months ago, we were at 20 cents, right? It ran up to $2. It's back to, I don't know, 150 or something right now. But anyway, it is what it is. I try not to focus too much on price, because I think it's a way to drive yourself crazy, especially when I'm looking at this as a multi-year hold, possible multiple cycle hold. So I try not to worry about price too much. But obviously people care, and price is super important. So we got some stuff in the hopper coming up that I think will also maybe impact price too.
Yeah. You hit on the tokenomics and like the last halving that's coming up here. And that's actually what gets me so bullish on bells compared to something like Doge, is first being early to something that got revived. So it's this early feeling again. And then two, having after that last halving event, having a supply of 70 million with 1 million token supply drip every year, to me is perfect tokenomics for a bullish run, right? In
Like
the
an
market
exponential run where you can just see that, right?
and you don't even necessarily need the tier 1 centralized exchanges to get it going, because if demand just carries, and then I actually went through the process of going to non KYC and then sending it over to Nintendo. It's not that bad.
No, it's not.
I'm just that lazy that I didn't want to do it for the first like couple weeks, and I would ask Shizzy like, so what do I gotta do again? Finally, I just did it. I was like, it's so easy.
Yeah,
right?
I know. It really is pretty easy, but still, it's that friction, right?
100%.
And people, we're so spoiled today. Everybody wants instant
gratification.
reward, instant gratification. Like, we don't want any friction. We want zero. Like, anytime I bump up any friction, it's like, wait, Uber, I've got to press 3 buttons, bro. I just want to press go. But we know, being in crypto, like, when you see friction, you see opportunity, right? Because this is the way it works. And so we still, when people, I don't know, people are, should I buy? I saw it in January last year, right? But I'm seeing it again. Should I buy now? And I'm like, look, I don't know. My gut says yes. Like, dude, I'm dedicating my life to it. Like, I'm working 2 full-time jobs. I work for Emblem full-time, and I work for Bell's Coin full-time. So do I think this has a future? Yeah, bro. Like, I'm here full-time. I think it has a future, right? There's no guarantees, but do I think Bell's Coin's narrative is one of the best in crypto? Absolutely. And the tokenomics and stuff make an exponential blow off top to 8-10 billion, like, certainly in the realm of possibility, dude. It doesn't take that much, because the tokenomics are so aligned for price movement. Like, we have people who analyze this stuff in the Discord and stuff, and they're like, you realize if somebody put $300,000 in the Bell's Coin right now, the price would be at $9, right? It's like,
wow.
It doesn't take much.
300,000?
Yeah, it was some crazy, or maybe it was 500,000. I don't even know, right?
Still,
but
that's not much.
It wasn't like you needed, $500 million. It was like, if you put $1 million into Bell's Coin right now, the price would be at $18 or some craziness. It's like, it's that nascent, and that's when I realized, like, the people who are in the Discord, this is like almost all the people in the world who know about Bell's Coin, right? So we have 8,000 people. Like, I would be stunned if there's 10,000 people on Earth who know about Bell's Coin, right? So there's a lot of room for, there's a lot of opportunity, when it's that early.
100%. Earlier we were talking about like the Litecoin Foundation and stuff like that. Do you see some? I think I asked you this question before, but do you see some Bell's Foundation, and is there any whispers behind the scenes? Because I think that's very necessary for this type of coin here.
Yeah, we actually have been in discussions about like what it would look like. since probably February when like Bitmain contacted us about, moving bells forward. And so, yeah, it's definitely on we've kind of planned it out, but the reality is you need money, right? And like I've said to people before who are like, why don't you guys set up a foundation? It's like, bro, everything costs money, right? And, at the end of the day, for that to even happen, Bell's coin has to go up, like it, period, full stop. Like people have to get rich, miners have to get rich. And once they do, they'll want to see it successful long term. And and then donations can come in and we could set something up. But it's already been planned out, it's been mapped out. It's just a matter of funding. And we already have commits. People are like, I'm talking miners who have probably millions of coins who are like, look, we'll support it. We just need the price to be $5, $3, $6, $8. It's just a matter of price has to go up, that's just the way it works. And so I don't hold any illusions to it about how important that is. But you can't make price go up, right? All you can do is build awareness, get more holders and grow community. And, that's where the work is, man. That's fun, bro. I mean, it's fun. And we've been through the ringer, bro. We've been through the 90% drawdowns. I do think like Murad or whatever his name is right about a lot of things when it comes to meme coins. And certainly, going through the mud and, getting that core group of guys who are holders and got in when it was cheap because it dropped 90% and they bought more. Like that kind of crew is it's necessary for long-term growth, and we got that, man. So it's awesome.
100%. I agree. We did have some news this week of another listing. Obviously, last time you were on, you talked to us about MXC. You said there was a meeting or a Spaces on Sunday, and we found out that it got listed. That was kind of the listing announcement, which was pretty awesome. But then yesterday we had, or a couple days ago, we had another one listed. Could you explain what the hell happened and why was it such a disaster?
Let's just say nothing's listed, and I can't comment on any listings, right?
Okay.
But I mean, it's public knowledge that the donation page, Bells has a public donation page, that money moved out of that donation page and went to Gate. Okay. I can't comment on what that's about, but obviously, people aren't stupid, right? So this was all over the timeline. And then sometime later, I don't know, a day or two after that, Gate did have a page which had Bell's coin on that page with a price and a description of Bell's coin. The description was accurate, more or less, of what Bell's coin is and stuff. Billy Marcus's blockchain before Dogecoin and stuff. So that was kind of accurate, but the price was not connected with the actual Bell's coin price. The price was connected with Bella protocol, which is like this old, I don't even know if it's a blockchain or a token or whatever it is, but it has this ticker BEL, Bell, right? Which was Bell's coin's old ticker. We've actually changed to Bell's simply because there was conflict between these other exchanges having this old Bella token. And so we just we changed to the token Bells just because it's cleaner. It actually makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And there was no conflict with this old Bella protocol. Anyway, I don't know why they did it. I don't know what it was about. It's not like the listing, right? It's just like obviously devs in the background trying to, figure the stuff out. But let's just say the community was not happy, bro. I mean, literally the memes were like making themselves, man. It's like, dude, you pay $100K and you get, the wrong page with the wrong ticker and the wrong price. It's like, what? What? Really? This is what we get, bro? So anyway, the page is now down. It's been removed. But it was not a great look for Gate. Is what it is, man. I realize now, bro, it's like these big organizations, and I'm sure Gate is like a monolith of layers of devs and salespeople, and and it is what it is, man. Stuff gets messed up all the time, bro. All the time. So
I mean, like it sucks that it happened, but I feel like it adds to like the mimetic lore of bells in general, man. It's like,
Send it to 0, baby.
it's like bells was this like for fun chain that Billy M2K made, based it off of a Nintendo game. They created a Nintendo wallet. Nintendo files a lawsuit or a cease and desist. They have to change the name to Nintendo, which is very mimetic in itself. And then it goes away for a long time and it gets revived. And and so this, I just feel like it fits into like the lore of it. So getting it fixed, I think, would be like the number one priority. I don't know if you can talk about that, but like obviously that's probably the expectation of the community is for them to get it fixed ASAP. But I think it's gonna help tell the story in the end. That's just my perception. Maybe I'm too positive because a lot of times people say that.
I literally don't disagree with you, but people get so much is tied to price that people can't see. Like, do I think the price is going to be higher for bells come May at the last halving? Like, I'm almost willing to bet everything I have that it's going to be higher, right? I'm not going to do that because I'm not an idiot. I'm in crypto and I realize stuff changes, happens, right? But like I have a lot vested in it, including my time and energy. Like I do believe it's going to be higher, right? But that said, people get so hyper focused on price go down in this 6-hour window that they get like pissed, right? Because it's their money, right? They're like, I put $1,000 in, now it's at $800. What are you guys doing? You fucked up. My $1,000 is now $800. You guys are messing up here, man. Fix this. And so there's lots of like that pressure, right? But I realized that actually it becomes a funny, ridiculous talking point on the timeline. This is actually probably good for us, right? This brings more awareness long term, right? So yeah, I'm with you. It's like you just got to roll with this stuff, man. You've got to, and it's hilarious. Of course, it's ridiculous. Yes, like better to be more ridiculous. Better to have more funny stuff to talk about. Better the gate lists us and gets the ticker wrong and the price wrong and everything's wrong. The only thing that's right is Bell's coin. It's like everything else on that page is wrong, right? But you roll with it, man. It is what it is, and eventually we'll get listed on more exchanges, and we'll laugh about it. And just like we used to laugh about that the block time was literally 12 hours, like, and that there were 500,000 inscriptions in the mempool. Like that's
back before it was all cleaned up.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, it was literally like that. And people forget about it's amazing how people forget, and are willing to just completely wash away, what took place. And move into new realities. Like it's incredible. Like with Dog, I'm sure will be on, Binance and Coinbase and all this sort of stuff. And we'll just like laugh about, the 6 months of Leo grinding, trying to get it done, and you just look back on it and just enjoy. But, you got to put in all that. You got to put in that work and go through the mud to come out on the other side,
Agreed.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. So okay, so we got bells on Mexi now. We have bells potentially on gate, maybe, hopefully.
Confirmed or deny, but the team is working hard. Guys are working hard to make stuff happen for sure.
Yep. So we do have another halving in February. Could you, I think you spoke on a little bit.
It's in May. Yeah, May.
Okay, could you speak on that a little bit more?
So what that's going to do, that's the final halving for Bell's coin. So it's not like Bitcoin, which is 100 years for all the halvings to take place. So this is the final one. And when that happens, basically it's 2 Bell per block reward indefinitely. So what that kind of calculates out to is like 3,000 Bell per day and 1 million Bell per year. And so it's important. The main thing was, if you look at early blockchains, they all kind of died because mining stopped, right? All these early chains, none were proof of stake, right? They were all proof of work, and they all died away because the miners died off, right? And so Bell's coin now, because it's merge mined with Litecoin and Doge, unless those die, Bell's coin's not going to die, right? And so it was super important that we got that merge mining done, because whether or not the price will support those miners has been solved now. It doesn't actually matter because it's merge mined. Do I think price is going to go up? Yes, because I think that the incentives for miners are for price to go up. And, all you got to kind of do is study Dogecoin to realize what happens when you have minor incentives to price, which are like these whales, whatever they do. And I don't know how they trade it, but they manipulate price. They jigger price. They raise it up, then they dump. And, but they do this stuff. These guys are the pros. These are the pros of the pros. These guys run things. And Bells is in that position now where hold no illusions. Like, the majority of supply is controlled by miners. It's not controlled by me. Although there are rumors I mine 96% of the supply, I do not own 96% of the supply. This is miner controlled, right? And so these guys are at the wheel, and these are different players, right? These are like billionaire controlled token. And so it's gonna be fun to watch, because the reality is that the individual small player, UI, and somebody with $1,000 can still get this while the miners are still dumping early, and it's still at this 60, 70, $80 million market cap, where you can get in and you realize, like, this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar coin, right? If it works, it's going to be multi-billion dollars, and you can still get in at under 100 million, right? This is like, for a lot of people, this is a very, very safe with exponential upside potential, is what Bell's coin is. And so, it's risky, of course, it's crypto, but these kind of opportunities, for most people who are in Bell's coin, are excited about it. Like, I'm excited about it. There just aren't many that come around like this. Especially in the meme coin cycle we're in, it's mostly Solana pump and dumps, right? This Bell's is different. So that's my Bell's pitch, man. Sorry if I'm rambling there, but
no,
that's what people are excited about, right? It's good.
Yeah.
That
was good. Last time we talked about this thing called Opcat, this opcode potentially coming to Bitcoin, but right now it's on Bell's testnet. Could you kind of talk about that a little bit? If you heard anything, any rumors, anything about maybe mainnet eventually?
Well, they've set not only a block height when it's going to go live on mainnet, it's already on testnet. They've also set a block height for runes. I don't know how excited people are about runes on Bell's coin, but it's going to be there. And actually, kind of the exciting thing that I think is going to happen even before, Opcat goes live, is the indexer for Bell 20s is going to be open source. This was one of the things that, when we were talking to the Nintendo team, Luke and myself, who'd gone through, the indexer kind of battles on Dogecoin as well as Litecoin, really convinced them that, look, man, this thing has to be open source. You have to let other people use it, and exchanges have it. And I think that gives kind of Bell's a nice opportunity to be able to be listed. I know non-KYC put out a tweet a couple days ago that they're going to be listing Bell 20s pretty soon. So I think that's just going to bring a lot more excitement to the ecosystem, where people who have big Nook bags and stuff are going to be able to try and sell it or get it out there, whatever, but just make it easier, and so that's happening. Obviously, Opcat's happening. I had some calls with developers who were building on Fractal. You saw a little bit other than timeline. People are pretty bummed out about what's happening on Fractal right now. Because it's price, man. I think, who was it? Petty, I think. I saw he put out his sad tweet yesterday.
Yeah.
You saw that?
I just feel like that's so counterproductive, though.
Yeah.
It's like you're letting everybody know that you're not happy about a price, but you still hold those bags.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, sell them and then maybe be upset. And maybe that's what he did, but it doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I'm off. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Like, he knew what the pre-mine was ahead of time. He knew that was a possibility. And, I don't think he was mad at anybody about it. He was just a little, sharing his bummed out vibes, but talking with the Ordinal wallet guys and talking with teams that are over there, bro, I'm just encouraging them to come to Bells, man. Cause it's I just feel like these guys who are building, this is like the trial run for Bitcoin, right? And so, do I think somebody's going to necessarily have the next, pumped out fun on Bell's coin? Like the odds are slim, but it's slim everywhere. Building that anywhere and hitting is really it's really tough. But bro, just come and build it here. And I hold no illusions that you build it here and something kind of works on Bell's coin. Like it's really going to work on Bitcoin, right? Like if you build it here and these trial runs, like what the Ordinal wallet guys are doing, where they're figuring all this stuff out, I just think it gives them a superpower for when it goes live on Bitcoin, man. And I still think Opcat's going to happen on Bitcoin. It's just a matter of when. Are you guys still bullish on Opcat on Bitcoin? You think it's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, there's people talking about it as well. They're saying, some like people do things to get attention, like launch new assets and stuff, to try to push an innovation sometimes, and that's what they think the Taproot Wizards are doing. People have said that for a little bit, but like with the Quantum Cats and their Wizard coin or whatever, it's like really to push forward this Opcat narrative. But it was done, I guess, last cycle with Taproot. I think the miner incentive just needs to that's what needs to be focused, right? If there's like a lot of transactions that continue, the changes continually gets used, then I think that they'll be fine. But if we continued on the way it was going, I don't think that was going to be fine, right? With just buying coffee through Lightning Network or stuff like that. I mean, so I think it comes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's when I talk to like the Ordinal wallet guys about the way Opcat can work with like the Cat 20 tokens and the way you can basically have a Cat 20 token, right? And say I own a Cat 20 token. I can put it for sale. And because the miners kind of validate my transaction or my putting it for sale, therefore everybody and multiple exchanges can all have access to my kind of like sell order, if you will.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's really like, as he explains it, that's the superpower of like Cat 20 tokens, right? So, you get this like decentralized ability.
Wow. So you don't have to like pre-mine stuff and give it to like.
You don't have to. I don't have to give it to Magic Eden for then Magic Eden to sell for me, right?
It's basically like aggregation.
It's like an aggregator, and the miners are aggregating the transactions, right? So you can create an order book, which is basically everybody has access. It's true peer-to-peer trading, verified by the miners, like that. I don't know. Part of me tells me the end user doesn't care about that. We're actually okay giving it to OpenSea or Magic Eden or whatever. But part of me is like, this is actually like, this is much more aligned with Bitcoin ethos and stuff. And so, yeah, it becomes very exciting, right? Obviously Bitcoin, it doesn't solve for Bitcoin because Bitcoin still has 10-minute block transactions. But on a fast chain like Bell's coin, this could be amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you could get this like decentralized order book, which happens, where multiple marketplaces can exist and maybe no marketplace, right? And I don't know, it just creates this like really interesting dynamic that none of us has seen before. We're kind of guessing about what it might be like. But,
and especially if Opcat adds trustless bridging for them, and somehow you're able to bridge them from Bitcoin if they are minted on Bitcoin and bridge from Bitcoin to, let's say, Bells, and Bells acts like a true layer 2 at that point in terms of being able to scale.
Right. Well, that's where it's like I think that could be amazing, right? But I want to see it in action. Right?
Yeah,
I want to see this happen, right? I want to see, well, what's that bridge look like, right? Is this like it's going to take days? I mean, is it instantaneous? How does this all work? That's where the end users like, show me, bro. Show me. There's a lot of talk right now. Show me how this works.
I agree.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, I want, dude, do I want Bell's coin to be the best, side chain of Bitcoin on earth? Hell yeah. If I could wave the magic wand, that would be it. Yes.
Like Cardano, like all of a sudden, like Charles it started getting bullish on Bitcoin again once they had a roll here. Right?
No, I mean, like I watched that video. I saw Charles tweet about it. Whatever it was, the BOS guys or whatever, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. Like if
Yeah.
I'm Cardano, I'm leaning the hell into that.
Yeah.
But if Bells could be that, bro, I mean, it's literally you potentially become the second most valuable blockchain on earth, dude. I mean, it's like that. It's that important. And if Opcat, I mean, Udi's promises Opcat can do that. I don't, man. Show me, bro.
Yes, I agree.
It's like
So-
the Bit VM, like, oh my God, Bit VM's gonna be bro. Show me.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
It's the waiting game. Yeah, man.
So you said there's a block height for it. Do you know, like, maybe is there a
Yeah,
timeline
it's
for like
gonna be
which month?
in January. It's probably gonna be in January for Opcat to go.
Wow, that's like 6 weeks away.
I know. Perfect timing for bull season, man. Perfect timing, bro. Yeah, there's
So then you could have a cat, like a different, maybe, I don't know if they want to bring cat 20s over or have their own cat standard, but somebody could create a cat standard right away and be trading real assets over there. Like, and then, and then a pump fund could come and play. Dude, I'm bullish. I'm bullish.
I mean, that's the idea, right? It's
Yeah.
like, what were we doing? Oh, we were on a show the other day, and somebody's building an L2 on Dogecoin, right? And for me, I'm like, do we need it? What's it for? Like, really? Like, there are barely any people who are doing Doginals and DRC20s. Like,
Yeah.
it's like 10 people on earth care about that, right? So really, you need an L2 on it. But dude, then we went on this thing, and I saw like their first app, which looked like I guess like Tinder, where it was like hell no or yeah or whatever. I don't know. You swiped left or right
Yeah.
for meme coins. And I was
Oh,
like,
damn.
holy cow. This like I hadn't seen something like that in forever. And I was like, that might work. That actually looks good. Like that I'd use today. Like, so that's the type of thing where it's like, I think we in crypto, we get way, 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 way too down the rabbit hole of like developers and it's this and that, and everything's like dev to dev, but almost nothing is like dev to consumer. And something like that, I honestly it doesn't even matter where it's on. It could be on freaking stacks, right? But people just want something cool to do. And I think, in a lot of ways,
Well, it goes back to the Robinhood thing.
Yeah.
Like they love it because it's on their phone. It's simple. It's dumbed down.
Totally, dude. Totally.
Robinhood is probably responsible for the most onboarding to the stock exchange, like regular user, I think, ever.
Yeah, for sure.
1,000,000%, dude. Yeah, that last cycle or whenever that was, during COVID and stuff, it was massive, bro. Massive.
Well, before Robinhood, if you wanted to, get an Apple, trade Apple, you had to pay a fee.
Yeah.
Robinhood was.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They didn't have a whole stock, right? And so people didn't
Yeah.
want, you can't buy fractions of it, all that sort of stuff. Like that,
Yeah.
that was innovative. I mean, dude, you guys don't remember, bro. I'm old school fucking, Wall Street guy. I used to buy stocks like on the phone, dude. Phone, man. It cost $50 to buy a stock. You know what I mean?
Oh
It was
my
like,
God.
dude, yeah, bro, this is old days.
9 middlemen in the middle of that before it gets to New York.
It's stamped a piece of paper, bro. Dude, I'm telling you, dude. It is, yeah, it's so much better, but there's so much work to do, man. And in crypto, like, I mean, we're moving with it with Emblem Vault, where how do I make this? I need to make this easy for people. The idea of like all these steps to buy something and sell something, like we got to get better as an industry. We got to get better. And I'm excited for anybody who's trying to push that envelope for sure.
100%. And we announced it today on our show and this morning, but Ordinal Revolution is now partnered with Emblem Vault, and we can't wait to be on this journey with you guys, man. It's absolutely amazing.
Absolutely, bro. We're at the start, man. This is like, I know it doesn't feel early because Bitcoin's at $1 trillion and boy, I should have a penny. But dude, crypto, this is like, I'm telling you, if you are listening to my voice and you are like, oh, I missed crypto, bro, you did not miss anything. We are at day one, first inning, the first batter's coming up to the plate now, because this is like, nobody's using crypto natively right now. As far as like the total percentage of the global population, it's 0 right now. You're not late. You haven't missed anything. Get on board, man. It's just starting, man. It's just starting.
Absolutely love it. Well, that kind of wraps up episode 5 of Bell's Corner. Adam, was absolutely amazing, like always, man. But definitely want to give you the stage. They have one more at bat.
Yeah.
It.
It is early days still. It is early days still. I know it's hard to believe because everybody gets FOMO and everybody thinks they've missed everything. But if you take a longer view to ownership of digital items, that simple idea of ownership of digital real estate, like we are in the early stages. Nobody knows what that means yet. In 10 years, 20 years, with the advent of AI, digital items are absolutely going to be really important in this world. So you're not late. You are in the very, very first stages. So get involved, get active, learn about it. It's not all about gambling. It's about building stuff here, and join it, man. If you're young, 20 something, man, there's never been a better time to be alive. This is it, man. Join crypto, join the AI revolution. This is happening, man. This is the most exciting time in the history of the world where individuals can trade, grow, build businesses globally, and use crypto as the payment rails to make it happen. So come on, join the crew, man.
What
Love
a
it.
time to be alive.
What a time.
I love it.
It's amazing, bro. Appreciate
See
you
ya.
guys. Thanks so much,
See you,
man.
buddy. All right.
And thanks.
Absolutely amazing. Dude, Bell's Corner is like my favorite time of the. I think it's every other week. So definitely tune into the next one. Episode 6, I feel like it's going to be another doozy. It's going to be fun. But on that note, guys, really appreciate you guys watching.
Yeah, I'm excited for the future of Bells, right? And because they have so much going on. But really, the one thing I think I wanted to say before we let them go was that the one thing that I'm most bullish about it is the tokenomics. I mean, you just can't beat it, in the bullish atmosphere we're about to go into. So, not financial advice, but financial advice for myself. And so I will prepare accordingly. But guys, we thank you guys for hanging out with us for this past hour. We hope that you took something from this episode and it educated you, because that, if we didn't do that, then we're missing the target there. And so that's our goal on everything we do. And if you do have some extra time, please check out our partners. As Shizzy and Adam mentioned, Emblem Vault is a new partner of Ordinal Revolution, and they're going to be a big, crucial part of this next interoperability phase of all blockchains. But and one of their biggest focus is going to be initially is going to be these Bitcoin layer 1 assets being able to jump, is the term they used, to different chains that they're working on, such as Merlin, Ethereum, Solana, Base, etc. So make sure you're paying attention, because these layer 1 assets on Bitcoin are going to be very, very sought after, and Emblem's going to be your way to do it without going through a traditional like MPC bridge that could take a long time. This is going to be one transaction with gas. So visit emblem.vision to learn more about it. We're super excited about that. And then BetBTC is the predictions market of the Bitcoin ecosystem. They utilize ICP and Bitcoin technology for you guys to be able to place bets on different markets. They just added the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson bet, so go check that out. There's also Bitcoin focused bets. I think those are really fun. Like, will Bitcoin get Opcat before the end of the year? You can place those bets over there. But the most important thing right now is just signing up for an account gets you 50 points. So you can rack up your points for what they're saying is a future reward that will possibly be airdropped to you guys. So just go check that out. At betbtc.win, you can check out all their markets. You can deposit directly from Xverse wallet there. Next up is BitPerp. They are a perps and leverage DEX of the Bitcoin ecosystem. They will be launching on mainnet Botonics first, but they have their testnet out right now on B Squared, BitLayer, and CoreDAO. So all you got to do is connect your MetaMask wallet, and it will automatically connect the testnet RPC information to it. Very simple. Then you can go to bitperp.io and start trading paper USDT. You got to claim it first. It's 10,000 paper USDT, and you can start trading. Their paper trading competition ends this Monday at 12 a.m., which is typically, or technically, I should say, Sunday night, late. But don't worry if you're not in the top 3. All you got to do is make one trade, and you can qualify for a 5,000 BTP raffle to win. So that's all you got to do. Go check that out. And then Ordinal Hive is the aggregator Ordinal marketplace for Bitcoin layer 1 and layer 2. On layer 1, they focus on Bitcoin, layer 1 assets, to where you can find the cheapest ordinals. Also, they have analytics for traders that are wanting to get an edge, so you can see what is hot trading on secondary. Layer 2, they also focus on Bitcoin ordinals. They're just bridged over to Merlin layer 2, make them a little bit more flexible. So if you list, buy, or sell on either layer 1 or layer 2, you will earn points as well. So they kind of have a system set up like Blur did before. So if you know what they did with their points, Ordinal Hive is doing something similar. So go earn those points. It's too easy to airdrop farm with these projects here. Then we have Fluid Tokens, which is building on Bitcoin, guys. These guys have all the UTXO builder experience. They came over from Cardano. They're still building over there, but focusing on this Bitcoin renaissance. They have staking vaults that are available. So if you are an Ordinal collection founder or a Runes collection founder and you want your members to benefit by staking and earning, reach out to Raul, which is the CTO of Fluid Tokens. He will get you connected and set up a staking vault. So it's very beneficial for holders of a collection. So just reach out to us if you can't get connected to them directly, and we'll set you guys up. Foxy is building in the Tap ecosystem, guys. The Bitverse, they're building like the metaverse kind of for the Tap ecosystem on Bitcoin layer 1. They also have Bit miners, which you can earn DMT tokens on. If you don't have a bit miner, you can go to mscribe and get one right now. You can mint it still. And then also we have a collab with them with our Satoshi Sniper BRC 420. So stay tuned for more information on that. And then lastly, Merlin Chain is the #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin native L1 assets and protocols. If you are a builder and you want your protocol to be a little bit more flexible than layer 1, reach out to Merlin Chain's team for a grant. You can qualify for a grant like Ordinal Hive and Emblem Vault did, and you can start building over there. So check them out. They have great builder support, and we thank you so much for checking out our partners.
Yep. And if you guys have another minute, check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone just entering the space, send them our website. We really feel like it can help them get started and get caught up to where we are today. And if you guys need a VPN, do not be traveling the webs without a VPN. We got 70% off coupon for Nord VPN, so check that out right there. And if you guys are going to Bitcoin Las Vegas in May, we will both be there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. But do not wait till next year to get your tickets. You can get your tickets right here for Bitcoin 2025. And if you guys look for merch, we have some of the best merch. I'll be adding some stuff this weekend, so definitely check out the store to see what is new. And we really appreciate you guys. We're live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. UTC. So check us out all week, guys. We really appreciate you guys. And until next time.
Peace.
Ordinal Revolution. Let's go.